All right. Well, hey there, y'all. So I've pretty much at this point mock packed for this trip to Bolivia, and I thought I might as well run you through the gear that I'm taking and how I'm taking it. It's just kind of an undertaking. My goal was to get into two checked bags, and as a reminder, I'm headed out there for 2 weeks to do a bunch of solo shooting. I'm the only one going out, so all of the gear I had to fit. So I'm trying to pack pretty light here. And I'm headed up to about 16,500 feet to film some really cool glacial research going on tropical glaciers that I'm sure I'll talk more about in subsequent videos. But the point of this video is to run you through how I'm trying to pull off this packing. So yeah, I'll just dive in. I'm taking this Bad Daddy. This is the F.Stop gear, if you're familiar with them. They make really bomber camera backpacks. And so this is actually the largest one. I actually got it for this trip. I have to say I'm a little disappointed with its capacity. It advertises as an 80-liter pack. I have a 75-liter Arc'teryx backpack for like my backpacking backpack that swallows gear way better than this thing does. So I think 80 liters is a little bit misleading in my experience. But in this thing I have, this is my entire grip kit with things like clamps and toggles and zip ties, stuff like that. I've got a towel. This towel's good to have. This is my second tripod, my B tripod and accoutrements. I've got a couple little Joby tripods, and then an Oben, a lightweight Oben aluminum set of sticks as my B sticks. I'll probably use that to throw up the boom pole as well. So, like I said, I have to get creative with what I'm using. No C stands or anything for this. Oh man, I'll fix that later. For this shoot, all of my clothes I'm not gonna take all the way out because I've packed them very well already. But hat and gloves in there. I'm taking a couple sets of gloves, my fingerless camera gloves, and then some over mittens. Toiletries and medication, my eating bowl, headlamp. Those can't go anywhere without. And then I've got my radios, my walkie-talkies. Oh, my sporks in there too, to keep it from puncturing anything. Good to have those things. More clothing. What do I got in here? Socks, underwear, and base layers. I'm not wholly sure what kind of temperatures to be expecting up there, so we're gonna packed for some relatively cold temperatures. So yeah, we'll find out. This is kind of a miscellaneous pack. It's one of the F.Stop cubes. I love these things. But yeah, kind of my power stuff in here, a couple of chargers, gaff tape. I do have my Sackler Ace XL tripod head in here. Kind of like taking that separately. It shrinks the sticks, which is nice. Other chargers, and then my second backup media. So I always back up to 2 hard drives, all of my media, and keep them separated, and backup hardware, and a converter, a outlet converter, which is very important for international travel. All right, here, honestly, one of the most stressful things about this shoot is lighting the interviews I'm going to shoot. It's not going to go well. I'm not really taking lights. One, because I don't have good interview lights. That's something I need to fix. And two, even if I did, there's no way I could fit them space-wise. So I'm going to try and get creative with natural light, and then I brought a couple little like accent light type things. But yeah, that one's going to be a bit of a creative endeavor to try and make these interviews look decent. But we're gonna have fun doing it. All right, more clothes. These are all my outer layers. So I think I'm taking a puffy, kind of a heavy fleece, a kind of light, like a mid-weight fleece, obviously some base layers, a shell jacket, and then long underwear, of course. That's actually my base layers. And then kind of shell pants and rain pants. So 2 soft shell pants and rain pants. Like I said, just trying to prepare for what I could run into. And then finally, this honker here, which is a repurposed, well, not entirely repurposed, but my tilt-a-shoulder rig in here. This thing will be hopefully coming pretty handy as we run and gun around the mountains up there. But then I've thrown in a bunch of extra hardware, clamps and extension arms into this as well. So it's kind of a heavy hardware case. All right, that does it for the first bag. And I had to worked a few different configurations to get both bags under 50 pounds. So I'm gonna keep all this stuff separated, so as I repack it, it's going in the right bag. Okay, all right. Bago number 1. All right, then the second check bag is my Porta-Brace duffel. This thing is awesome, and it has wheels, which I really, really like. I wish they were just a smidge bigger, but honestly, if they were that much bigger, I'd probably make it too heavy. But I do love this bag. Okay, in the top, I end up putting kind of soft stuff in kind of the tops of bags to try and kind of pad the stuff that's in there. So I have a couple MSR drums, one that will double as a bladder and one that will be attached to my gravity filter. Figuring out water has been something that I have to think about, of course, because we have to purify 100% of the water we drink. Sleeping bag liner. This is an oft overlooked piece of gear, and I cannot say enough how much I love this thing. I don't have to wash sleeping bags anymore because I just sleep in liner. I've been doing this for well over probably 2 decades at this point. 1.5. Sleeping bag liners. If you don't have one, get one. Put my puffy jacket in here as padding for whatever I packed in here. Reflectors and drone launch pad in there. Cans mean headphones. So for audio monitoring, kind of daily clothes, because I'll be spending obviously travel days and then 4 days in the pause. So this is all the clothes for not hiking around the mountains. The one light I'm bringing is a relatively crummy tube light. So yeah, maybe someday I'll be able to upgrade my lights. So that's without a doubt probably the worst gear I have. Boom pole that I've rigged just a normal tripod head onto, and then I'll probably put this off of my second tripod and then rig 2 cameras on my primary tripod, which I'll get to in a second. But water purification. So I'm actually gonna pull this stuff out to show you what I'm working with. I'm bringing, because I don't know what the group's bringing either, so I'm just trying to cover our bases here. I have 2 different types of SteriPens. If you're not familiar with SteriPens, they're UV light that kills viruses, microbials, bacteria, and are pretty effective. So those are good to have. And the key is viruses, right? Really interested in having water purification systems that filter out or purify. There's a difference between filters and purifiers, which I shouldn't get into. But a purifier gets rid of viruses, filters don't, I think. So I have 2 UV light pens, which are great. And then my brother, who's just such a homie, works for Cascade Designs, and they were contracted by the military to create a gravity purifier, effectively, that takes out 99.99 whatever % of viruses. And so I got a prototype of one of those from him. So I have a gravity purifier that I've kind of jerry-rigged into a platypus bladder from a different gravity filtration system. So hopefully the water situation works out for us. And big thanks to my brother for working at a cool place, and Cascade Designs for designing cool equipment. Yeah, that will come in super clutch. So that's that. Bring in some light modifiers, some whites and kind of sheer yellow cloth. Maybe there's a window I can do something with. We'll see. Hiking poles, of course. These aren't my favorite hiking poles. I really like my black diamond hiking poles, but I got the ones with only 2 sections, and so they don't fit into bags. They're like way too long. So I'm taking my wife's hiking poles, which are just not quite as sturdy, but they get small, and so that's what matters for international travel. Approach shoes. Let's see. I think I've stuffed things in shoes. That is a good packing hack. Put things in shoes because it's a lot of empty space. Got my camp suds for doing laundry, and a plastic bag as a laundry tub. I've got a lamp and reading light, and then some sunscreen in there, and then so my La Sportiva approach shoes, which will be my dailies when I'm not wearing boots. And speaking of boots, taking these honkers, my Zamberlan Baltoros, these just bomber boots. If you're in the market for boots, Zamberlan boots are awesome. This is my second pair, and the first pair I literally just walked until the soles fell off to the point where you couldn't even resole them. I had them resoled twice, so I finally had to get new ones. And then don't go anywhere without a well-stocked first aid kit. That I hope is redundant. I hope they're bringing one too, but you never know, so I'm taking that. And then my tripod wrapped in a yoga mat. This is a packing hack I ripped off of Luke Forsyth. And if you're looking for really high quality YouTube content about documentary filmmaking, check out Luke. He's awesome. Definitely inspired a lot of what I do. But yeah, and I have my yoga mat, and in here I've got my primary sticks. I guess I'll unwrap it because these things are awesome and I love them. These are the Sackler Flowtex. Just awesome pair of sticks. And looking forward to using those. And then finally, my trusty, very old sleeping bag. This is I don't even remember, Go Light. I know it's by Go Light. Just a good 3-season bag because I don't have a 4-season bag, and I'm hoping I won't need a 4-season bag. If I do need a 4-season bag, we're in for quite the adventure. But I've had this bag for friggin' 15 years, and it's still in great shape because GoLite made some awesome products. Okay, let's get all of this taken off. And it's now time to go through the carry-ons, which, if you are following along, is most of the camera gear, because I like carrying those things on and not checking them and just being in a worried state the entire time. Okay. What a fustercluck. Okay, carry-ons. Start with the big one. This is my the 40-liter f-stop pack. I think it's the Toloco or whatever. This is a workhorse. I love this pack. It goes pretty much everywhere. What I love about this pack is it is a liberal 40 liters, unlike the 80 liters, which is very conservative 80 liters. This technically qualifies as a carry-on. It's definitely a little bit big, but I never get flagged. And if I need to, I can check it. I really don't like to. But it qualifies as a carry-on, which is great. And it swallows gear pretty well. In here, I've got some cables, computer cables, wipes. Oh, enough said. Wipes are just, you need wipes. I won't get on my high horse about wipes. Wipes are amazing. Okay, my batteries, because you have to carry on all the batteries. No checking batteries. So this is kind of my charging kit with cables in there, and then all of my Sony FPZ batteries and NPs and charging and everything. So that all goes in there, such that when I get back at the end of the day, I just have to pull that out, charge everything. And then here's where the magic happens. This is all of the important stuff. Well, spare battery, HDMI cables. I'm not going to go through all of this, kind of the main pieces here. I really wish I had a better shotgun mic, but this thing does the trick for now. It's the NTG Video Mic Pro or whatever, by Rode, does a good job. And then I have the Rode Go 2s, which are really handy little lav units. Probably not the best quality audio, but as far as functionality, and they record internally, so more than once I've had distance or whatever else cut out the feed to the camera, and then had to depend on the internal recording of the lav here, and honestly haven't really been that let down by the quality of the audio. So these things are awesome little pieces of gear. Gotta take the Garmin so that all the people I love know that everything's okay. Filters, so I run the Polar Pro Recon. I think it's like the Peter McKinnon version, which I don't, yeah, I love this thing. It works super well, very well designed, and integrates super well into its matte box. The biggest downside to it is it's not scalable, so if I wanted to throw any rectangle or square filters on there, it's a no-go. It only plays with filters in that system, which is annoying, and I wish they wouldn't do that. It's very Apple of them, but I get that they do, and I love Apple products, so I can't really complain. And then camera-wise, I'm taking my camera, which is a Sony a7 IV. This will be my B cam, and probably time-lapse cam. And then I rented for this project a FX3, because this is the camera I want to get and just can't afford. But thank you, lensrentals.com, for making that possibility for me to use. Love that. External monitor is a Ninja 5 Plus, I think. No, just 5. Yeah, no huge complaints about that. Yeah, the thing works pretty well. One of the new things I'm going to try on this is I picked up the Tilta Nucleus 2 handle, such that when I'm on a shoulder rig, I think I can rig up focus control on my finger. So it's worked in practice here at home. We'll see what running and gunning looks like on this shoot. And that really covers it for the important things in this kit. A couple lav mics. Yeah. That's really most of the gear. I'll just make sure you all get in there. That goes in the carry-on. And that's that entire pack. And then finally, my super trusty personal item. Also way bigger than personal items should be, but I never get flagged. I shouldn't say that. I'll get flagged. But this pack goes everywhere with me. This sticker here was a baggage sticker for when I was living in Thailand that literally just fused itself into the pack. It's like a tattoo. It's fantastic. Oh no, my water bottle pocket's ripping out. So you can see I've sewn in water bottle pockets myself. Super janky, but got this pack before Patagonia realized they made a huge mistake in not putting water bottle pockets on the pack. Cozy layer for the plane. Wallet, passport. Extra battery for time lapses. Really wish I didn't have to put that in this bag, but that's just where we are. This is my lenses. For the sake of quick functionality, oh yeah, my plain toiletries are in here too. Gotta have toiletries on huge, long flights so you can freshen up. Camera cover. And then I shoot these Tamron lenses. They do the job. I obviously would love to have nicer lenses, but for now, these get the job done pretty well. f2.8 throughout. This is like a 35 to 150, and then I have a 17 to 28. So a lot of coverage on 2 zoom lenses allows me to just keep it light and not have to change lenses all the time, which I really like, especially when I'm solo shooting. And then ape case. I love these ape cases. They're great. And then finally, this is the last little piece. Oh, what? Another f-stop pack? Yes, I do love these f-stop packs. They are wickedly overpriced, but that's because they know they make good products, which is annoying, but fair. Maybe someday they'll give me a promo or something. So in here, this is the drone. This is a Mavic 3 Cine. I used to fly an old Phantom 4 Pro, and it is so nice flying a drone this size and getting better quality footage than I used to on the Phantom 4. But in here I have the drone, 3 batteries, all of the charging it needs, and a controller, of course. So that's all self-contained, which is really quite nice. So that's pretty much it. No, that is it. That's everything that's coming with me. Inevitably, I will have forgotten something, and that's kind of what makes travel is problem solving and figuring out how best to adapt to situations. And so I'll hopefully take you along for the ride and take a video or 2 while we're out there. But yeah, if you have any questions about any of this gear or suggestions about any of this gear, I'm, like I said in my last video, kind of getting into this and really loving this journey and learning from people that are much more experienced than me. So we'd love to hear back from you with questions or suggestions. Otherwise, we'll see you in Bolivia.